It's definitely been different from standpoint of just adjusting to things and getting comfortable and used to things. But I'm making it, and things are going pretty good.
Hardest part of the adjustment?
Just learning everything and just to the speed of the game. I would probably have to say is the thing I'm adjusting to the most.
Huggins' system, how difficult is that to learn?
Wouldn't say that it's difficult, but I would say that, like I said, it's just different. It's a lot different, but I'm adjusting and it's going well.
Seth, if you could kind of, as a first-year guy, kind of take me through your eyes here a little bit in the sense that, you guys are 8 games into the season. It's not like the season just started last week, but now comes that first big test, nationally ranked team, top 20 team, and the night, the day before the game. What's going through your mind in a situation like this?
Just go out there and give it 110%. Leave it all out there on the floor, and things will take care of itself.
Take me through your recruitment a little bit. Northeast Ohio guy. When did West Virginia start getting involved? What was your thought process through that?
Started getting involved around sophomore year, and my thought process was just keep working. And I came here and I had like an unofficial, and I just loved it from there. And I knew this is where I wanted to be, so ultimately just made that decision and said I'm gonna stick with it the rest of the 3 years.
Yeah, you committed early. Were others involved trying to sway you at that point, and then who?
They were Bradley University, Penn State, Ohio University, Valparaiso, UC Davis, schools like that. And I love Hugs, and I love the people here, and I love the team that they had here, and like what it stood for and what it was about. And I just said this is something I want to be a part of, and it was a no-brainer for me.
You got your first taste of a large crowd in the pit game, student, looking for another one tomorrow night. What do you know now that you didn't know from the first time you?
I didn't know the floor shakes. I didn't know when you played the floor shakes. So, now that I know that, now I know how to handle that.
Okay. when the noise is loud and the
Right.
floor shakes.
Right.
Awesome.
Seth, you're about 215 now, it says in the roster.
Yes, sir.
You were much lighter when you committed, I remember, right?
No.
Not much?
No.
Okay, because that's
It was
all like you're
actually-
185.
It was actually the opposite. They hadn't changed that weight since I was a freshman in high school.
Okay, so you've done some work on your body, is what I
Yes,
heard.
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
the other way.
Yeah.
All right, what did you do, and what type of, talks did you have with yourself and people around you?
Got here, got with Sean Brown, got with the coaching staff, and they said, look, you gotta make changes, and they gave me a game plan, and I just followed it. Cut a lot of things out that I was eating, and ultimately just made strides to be better for myself and be better for the team.
What you had going was working pretty good. You're a big guard, you could do some
Right.
things there too. You would think, I'll do that in college, it'll be fine.
Right.
Is that not gonna work?
I think it was more so just the thing of what felt better body-wise, because with the weight that I had, it was a lot on like the knees and stuff like that. And I think that's ultimately what it was, just making sure that maybe I was a little bit lighter on my feet, and it wasn't so much pound on my joints.
Playing the same, just maybe different
Mhm.
execution. So
Yeah.
what do you feel different?
I feel like I'm a lot faster laterally, and getting up and down. I feel like, that I can stay in front of guys a lot better than what I did when I first got here. And I feel like on my shot, there's a lot more lift there.
You had to give up food. What was the hardest thing to give up?
Ooh. I gotta go with Chipotle, and I gotta say my mom's home cooking for like the first couple months, because when I went home I had to make sure that I was really, really strict on what I was eating, so I couldn't eat mom's food, and it hurt a little bit.
Probably hurt her too, right?
Right.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So obviously you'd heard Huggs' reputation for a long time. Now playing under him, the reputation deserved as being as tough as he's noted to be, and how have you handled it?
Yeah, it's definitely as tough as it's noted to be. And also too, like, players always say they love him, like, afterwards, and like, while you're doing it, it's probably not the funnest thing in the world, but after you get done, you love the man, and that's ultimately what I know. Like, I know that, like, when I'm done, I'm gonna love him for what he did, and I'm gonna be way better as a basketball player and as a man because of it. So, yeah, I'll just try to stay his course and listen to what he's got to say, listen to what all the coaches have to say.
What does a player think when he gets sent to the treadmill? What goes through your mind?
Not again. Not again, or, you know, I gotta make sure that this doesn't happen again, because that's real. Javon said it best, you gotta have a treadmill mentality, so that's real. That's real.
How many times, should I ask, how many times have you been there?
Oh, man. I gotta say, maybe 15 times. Recently it's been a little light, knock on wood.
You got more miles on the treadmill or on the court?
I'd say it's pretty even. Because, you know, pressing, that's a lot of mileage too, so I say it's pretty even.
So one understand, when you were in high school, you were already bigger, is that what you were kind of?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, but did you take to the weight room at a younger age, or how did you get to that point in high school?
I would say it was a combination of things. You know, being a high school kid, you get out of games, and first thing you want to do is go to McDonald's. First thing you want to do is go to Burger King. So doing that on top of lifting how I was lifting, I think that was a combination of it. But like I said, got here, they fixed it, now we're good.
Well, like you said, yeah, it looks good in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
How have you meshed with Kobe, you know, James Conku, Jameel King, the other freshmen? How's this class coming together?
I think we're coming together really nicely. Like, those are my guys. Like, you know, I think we're really close as a group, as the four of us. And I think that, you know, in the future, you know, we're gonna be really, really good.
So what are you trying to do when you come into a game?
Honestly, just try to make the right decision, make the right play that's gonna lead towards a win. Because like, one play can possibly change momentum. It could be a moment that helps us out, and that's all I want to do. I just want to win. I don't care about what stats look like. I just want to do what's gonna get us closer to a win in that time that I'm in there.
Seems like when he's kind of put you in games and spots, it seems like at that particular time, maybe the defensive energy kind of gets ratcheted up a little bit more, and a little more pressure on the ball and stuff. Is that kind of how you've seen it too, or is that a specific role for you, or?
Honestly, it's one of those things where, you know, Hugs, you got to play defense.
Right.
So, in my mind, that's the first thing that comes to mind is make sure that your man doesn't score, make sure that the team doesn't score. So anything that I can do to help, like, amplify that or keep that going at a high level, that's what I'm gonna do.
Defense is obviously going to get you noticed with Coach Huggins.
Definitely.
Do you like the press? Did you do it a lot in high school?
Yeah. My first 2 years pressing we did it. We didn't do it. It was one of those things. But my last 2 years, we really just pressed, and so pressing is a lot of fun to me. You know, especially when you do it the correct way, it's beautiful. So I can say I'm a fan of pressing.